Hello, everyone. I am the Super Diesel, Daniel Hood, and this is Podshirt. And on this episode, we're taking a look at sports anthems. These are my top 10 sports anthems of all time, but you can discuss that or debate that in the comments below this video. Tell me what your favorites is, but let's get to my top 10 list. Coming in at number 10 for my favorite sports anthems. At number 10 is Make 'Em Say by the No Limit Soldiers. Of course, more specifically, the people that No Limit Soldiers, it was Master P, Silk the Shocker, Maya X, and Mystical. They rap on this track, and the music video is even more wild. As I remember, this video makes me remember my 6th grade year, because it was the first time I was ever exposed to the internet and entertainment that was on there. And my friends introduced me to this. Oh, if you go on the web, you got all these music videos you can watch. And I think this came out, in 1998 or 1999. And I just remember my classmates, they loved this music video. Like, it was dial-up as well. So you couldn't just watch a video and you could watch it instantaneously like you could nowadays. This was the age of dial-up. Like, everything took like seconds, maybe minutes to get to the next frame. After it loaded, it took a while to load, but then you could enjoy the video. And the video that we just, as a class, as for our free time, we would come together and watch Make 'Em Say And it's a wild video. You got a gorilla jumping up in the air doing slam dunks. You know, he's jumping off a trampoline, and you got No Limit Soldiers. They're partying. And Shaquille O'Neal, he's going wild every time he sees a wild play happen. Yes, this stands the test of time. It just reminds me of my youth, just sitting around watching the video to get dialed up and having a good time. So that's at number 10. Let's get to number 9 on the list. And at number 9, it is Sandstorm from Darude. Now, for those that don't know Darude, people might think it's a band because that sounds like a typical band name. It's just one person. It's DJ Darude, and this is a track that was ahead of its time. This came out in 2000, and it's a techno track. This was when techno was slowly becoming a big thing in dance circles and made its way to pop culture, if you will. And this was one of the first big hits, Sandstorm, and the beats that it had, it's very iconic because it had that do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. It would just pierce your brain when you hear it. And it would start slow, like it had various vibrations, if you will. It starts slow with those beats, and then it would just go real fast. Like, it would just get crazy. It really played with your emotions, and a lot of sports events, they play this song kind of like as a psychological thing. It's been, they've said that at the time this came out, the fast beats, a portion of Sandstorm, it was the fastest beats per minute like in history. Now, since then, the record's been passed. I don't know who passed it. But yeah, it used to have the record. It was ahead of its time. And the video's even, it's fun, but it's kind of corny because they have this woman run. She's like a jogger, but she's got this briefcase and she's running away from these two agents. And they're just chasing her throughout the city, throughout this whole video. But then at the end, there's a twist, if you will. The guy agent and female agent, they catch up to this woman because she had fallen, and they were about to get her, and they pull out a gun. But the guy who had the gun, he was about to shoot this woman, allegedly. And then all of a sudden, this woman that's with the guy, she just kicks him in the head and turns on him. And then she joins the woman that was on the run with briefcase in hand, and then they go on this yacht boat. They join DJ Darude, and he's like having the great old time. It's him and these two women. They're partying. And that's how the video ends. So, yeah, it was very 1999-ish. Even though it was now the year 2000, they were taking steps to get away from the cheesiness of music videos, maybe something more serious. I don't know, but it's a joy. I enjoy it, but it is cheesy. Very cheesy concept. So, anyway, that's at number 9. Number 8, we got Deo by Harry Belafonte. And he passed away just recently, so rest his soul. But he had an all-time classic sports anthem that came out in the late 60s. And this is so much fun to chant. Like, when you're at a live sporting event, when they play that music, when that guy goes, Day-o. Yes, we hear Harry Belafonte go, Day-o. People go nuts. And it's so fun to chant along with that. It's very fun to shout that out at a live sporting event. So it's popular. It's been popular for decades, and in the early 2010s, Lil Wayne actually made that song popular again when he sampled the 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch lyric that became part of his big rap hit 6 foot, 7 foot. and it got popular all over again. It actually made another lyric to that song popular. So it's kind of like he turned one hit song into two when he did that. But anyway, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch is now in the local vocabulary of modern times. But before that, it was Day-O by Harry Belafonte. So much fun. So that's why I have that at number 8. Let's get to number 7. And we have Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. Now, this is one of the earlier music projects of Jack White. And at the time, he was with his then girlfriend, Meg. And she was the drummer. And this is one of the best drum beats of all time. So I think he directed her to make a good drum beat because she otherwise wasn't a musician. She had never really done music before. And she wanted to give it a shot. And Jack saw something in her. They did a whole album together. I don't know how much more they did because they only had a few hits together. They did this Seven Nation Army, and you know how it goes. Do, 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 do. I'm going to fight them off. And it's a classic rock riff. You know, your heart pierces. It skips an extra beat when you hear it at shows and various other sporting events. They do play this a lot at football games, gets a crowd hype, or a football team will play it. It's just a way to pump you up. And your heart beats a few extra beats when you hear it. And yeah, it's one of the all-time great drum hooks from a woman who didn't really play drums that much. So Jack and Meg, they had a classic here back 2004 is when this came out. This was my junior high year when this came out. And it stands the test of time over these last 23 years. It's going to keep on going, I believe. You got to have it. When you go to a sporting event, you get happy when you hear it. So that's at number 7. Number 6 on my list, I've got Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba. Yes, this group is a one-hit wonder, but if you hear it, it's like the all-time great sports songs, especially overseas, where this is still popular today at soccer events, European nations, and South Africa. They love playing this song to this day. Now, when this came out, I think, in 1997. This was a drinking song. People, if you hear the lyrics, you could tell it's kind of a drinking song. It wasn't meant to be the sports anthem that it became. But the guy goes, it's a whiskey drink, it's a cider drink, we're having a good time. It's all about getting drunk at a party. And then you get so drunk, you fall down, but you get back up and party some more. That's what he meant when he fell down. That lyric that they use, it's been used as a sports motivational speech. Like, I get knocked down and I get back up again. You never keep me down. That's been used by people in training as a motivational tool. That's awesome. That just wasn't the original intent. I don't know if the band had fought that when they wrote the song, but things can get transcoded and transformed sometimes. And this is one of those songs. And you can check out the video plus the other videos of the songs I've revealed so far. It's part of my Stream Jockey experience. What it is, I make a playlist and I bring life to it by giving it a front cell or a back cell. I talk about make a show out of it, which I'm doing right now. Let's get to number 5 now, as we're now at the halfway point. Number 5 on my countdown is Whoop, There It Is by Tag Team. Now, Tag Team, it's 2 people that are the main people for this rap band that was popular in the late 80s, early 90s. But the 2 members is DC, the Brain Supreme, Cecil Glenn, and the other guy is Steve Roland Gibson. These 2 teamed up for a classic, and this video is so much fun. Very similar to Make 'Em Say, this has also got a basketball setting. This is in a studio. So this basketball court, there's like a cage around it. So it's made up like a street basketball thing, but they're indoors. And this is so much fun to watch. But you got Eddie Lover. He was the VJ for Yoda MTV Raps. He's in there dancing. And also there's like a youth group. I don't know where they came from, but a bunch of girls and boys that are like early teens, maybe late teens. They're just on that court having a good time. They're raising the roof with their arms, and they're with Tag Team. They're having the time of their life. You know, I wish when I was a kid, I could have been in a rap video. I could have been immortalized just like these kids are, because this video is probably like 33 years old now. And these kids are in there. They're probably in their late 40s, I'd imagine. They're much older. Hopefully they're all still alive. I don't know if any of them have died. It'd be interesting to know who all the people were in there. They probably tell their kids, say, hey, kid, that was me. I was a rap star. I was in that video with Tag Team, one of the great songs of all time. Well, great sports anthems of all time, because I have it at number 5 on my list. Just my opinion. You might have a different list than me. This is at number 5. So let's get to number 4. This is the Mount Rushmore of my list. Number 4, we got Bang the Drum All Day by Todd Rundgren. Yes, this came out in 1987, I believe. And when this came out, this took over the nation. It was the number 1 song. And this is one of the best drum tracks of all time. So it was befittingly called Bang the Drum All Day. It was all about the drums in this. And the keyboard. It had that nice little keyboard synth that the 80s was popular for. It was a beautiful combination of drums and synth. And the first time I heard this song, this was at a party at my mom's workplace back in the early 90s. I heard the song. It was just stuck in my head all day because I just enjoyed it. I think I even danced to it. Like I got up, I shook my little booty, and my mom thought it was funny. I'm thinking this was like maybe 1995, 1996, this party. I was a young kid. That's when I first heard it. And then I think later on classic 80s radio that I would finally hear the whole thing. And it's a joy. And for those that don't know, this Bang on the Drum All Day is also a theme for when a team does something good during the game. The Cincinnati Bengals, they play this when they score a touchdown. And also Green Bay Packers, they do the same thing. This is a song they play when they score a touchdown. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drum all day. That's what they do. And also soccer teams, they play it when their guy scores a goal. They go, goal, and then they pump out this song. So this is a song about celebration. This is played at weddings, work parties, like I mentioned, birthday parties. This isn't just a sporting event song. This song played everywhere pretty much. So you got to have it. So it's on the Mount Rushmore. It's all walks of life have heard this song and they've enjoyed it. I really know anyone that dislikes this song. So once again, Bang on the Drum All Day. That is at number 4. Let's get to number 3 on my list. And on this list at number 3, Enter Sandman. We're off to Never Everland on this next track because it's Metallica and their classic rock hit, Enter Sandman. Now, nowadays, people will know this as the official theme song for the Virginia Tech Hokies football team. When they play this song during games, the crowd section, the student section, they go hype for this. They just jump up and down. They just scream at the top of their lungs for this song. And I believe sometime last year, Metallica, as a reward for this student section, they played a concert at the Virginia Tech Hokies football field. I don't know if it was free. Maybe it probably cost a pretty penny to go see Metallica because, that's how they make their money. But, yeah, it was awesome that they recognized Virginia Tech for having their theme song for Enter Sandman be such a big deal to them. So they went and played a concert, and that's at the Metallica channel. So not only can you watch the music video, which it's in my Stream Jockey playlist, but check out more Metallica at their Metallica YouTube channel. A lot of their concerts are on there. And James Hetfield, he's the lead singer and bass player. Then you got on drums, Lars Ulrich, he's on there. And then you got Kirk, he's been a long time guitarist on there. And they're all having a good time. They're one of the best live bands of all time. And you know what? I think they've conquered their demons because I've heard bad things about the band from the late 80s and 90s. They did a lot of drinking and drugs. James Hetfield, he historically had infidelity problems. And he wasn't the best guy. He's been noted to do some bad things during this time of his life. I see him now. I think he's conquered those demons because I really like his vibe. He doesn't seem to be that angry guy that did bad things anymore. I think he's conquered his demons. And he does a lot of charity work. I know Metallica, they do a bunch of things for charity. So they're doing good things with their wealth. Not a lot of people do that, but they are a band that does that. And Enter Sandman. And lastly, about this song, this is the theme song to The Sandman. If you're a pro wrestling fan, he is a hardcore wrestling legend for ECW. And just recently, he had his last match. It was WrestleMania weekend, a local show. A lot of shows, they do shows, to, right off of the WrestleMania success in the city of Las Vegas. And he did one last match. He took on the Invisible Man, so he actually didn't really wrestle anyone. He had to pretend there was someone there, I believe. And then there was shenanigans like a lot of these hardcore matches have. And you have to look him up because he was very wild. He would drink beer to the ring, smash over his forehead, and party with the fans. So happy retirement, because he's now retired from wrestling for good. That was his theme song, Enter Sandman. Let's get to number 2 on my list. At number 2, we got Oh Africa by Akon and Kerry Hilson. This might be a surprise for some people. Some people may not remember what this song is, unless you live in Europe or South Africa. Overseas, this song was way more popular. And this briefly did touch up the top 100 charts when this came out in 2010. And this song, along with several other tracks, was originally made for the FIFA World Cup 2010 soundtrack. It was when they were in South Africa. And I think that's actually one of the best overall sports soundtracks of all time. It's a mixture of African beats that they're known for, the chakras that they use, that they make a certain sound, which it's an acquired taste. It can be, if it goes for a while, it can kind of be annoying, the chakra shakers they do. They're known for that in South Africa, but they're known for their drumming as well. And there were elements of South African music that was found in this Oh Africa by Akon. This video and this song is just a joy to me. I just love it. And I love it so much it's at number 2, because if you watch the music video for this, they get a group of people that are soccer fans, and they get some soccer stars. They are painted up. They're painted as the country that they represent and they're cheering for. And they're in body paint. And it took a labor of love to make this video. Akon and Kerry Hilson, they're dancing along to this. They're having a good time. Their body language is through the roof. You can tell by watching the video. And I just love the beat to this. I always thought the beat to this was sick. And more important was the lyrics. I always liked the lyrics to this. You know, when you host a World Cup, it's a big deal to that country. South Africa, they were all about this World Cup. I believe they took the time to make a lot of good hits and beats for this soundtrack. It's just a joy. So if you have not heard this song or you have not seen the video, you will. Please check out the Stream Jockey Experience. That's below this video. I'll have the link to this below. You can check that out and be the judge, because I got one more video to talk about, one more song. At number 1, my favorite sports anthem of all time, my absolute favorite ever, is Jump Around by House of Pain. Yes, this might be a lot of people's number 1. This came out in 1992, I believe. But this rap band, it was like a hybrid of hip-hop and maybe dance, because they had a lot of danceable beats in some of their tracks, but they also had some hardcore stuff. They rapped about serious things at times, for those that actually followed the whole album catalog of House of Pain. But this is their one big hit. They are one-hit wonders. The leader and main rapper of House of Pain, he goes by the name Everclear, and he would go on to have his own brief run of solo success. He had a few hit songs with his solo stuff in late 90s, early 2000s. It was more of an alternative rock hit, but how he launched his career, it was hardcore hip-hop, if you will. He went hard on his lyrics. Just talked about life. And of course, and this song is no different. He talks about he's like a Terminator, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and being played out like Sega. I'm not the rapper like he is, so I'll probably get the lyrics wrong, but this is dope. And this song reminds me of the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, because that was the first time I ever heard this song. I had not heard of it before, and I was probably maybe 9 years old when I heard this. And it wasn't until much later in life I heard this song for the first time ever from front to finish. It was probably maybe a retro station or maybe YouTube. Maybe when I finally was old enough to have my own computer, I was in the venture out to listen to the songs. I think that's when I first heard the whole thing. Because other than that, I only heard that 1 minute loop when he goes, jump around, dude. It played everywhere, because it played on Mrs. Doubtfire. It was also played in Happy Gilmore. It was when Adam Sandler, he beat up the alligator. It was an alligator that was quite dangerous on a golf course. And plus, Adam Sandler, he had hit his golf ball in this little pond where this alligator was. He wanted his golf ball back. So he went in there. He beat up the alligator and got his golf ball back. It's funny, but that's the song that played. Jump Around. So check out the video and the song. So that is my top 10 sports anthems of all time. Before I end this episode, there's something else I want to get off my chest. I'll double down on this. Just recently, I had a radio special called Saving the Innocent with Super Diesel, Daniel Hood, It's airing as part of a project at wvyl.org. I will link that website below because right now they're trying to raise money to get scholarships for college students who wish to have a career in TV or radio. And you got to visit that website I just mentioned to learn more about it, but you can donate money. And I was involved with a project in which me and 57 other people from all over the world who begin their career in college radio, and they put together a 1-hour radio show each. I put together 1 hour, and 56 other people also put together a 1-hour show. It was a marathon of original programming. On this show, I talk about DEI. I want to double down my challenge for DEI for the major sports leagues in the world. And I'm talking about Major League Baseball, National Basketball League, NHL hockey, Major League Soccer, the NFL, and any sports leagues that thinks that they matter, anyone that's a big deal. And I believe I want these guys to stand up for what's going on with DEI, as DEI programs and initiatives are being rolled back on some college campuses around the country, and businesses are doing this as well. Like small business and large business, they're discontinuing that. Because I think DEI, when people know what DEI is, everyone is involved in the process of diversity, equality, and inclusion. It takes us all. I don't think either some people don't realize what that means, or they do have that hatred in their heart. And when these DEI programs get dismantled, it actually sends a bad message to the smaller communities who don't have the resources to fight this, and it tells people that it's okay to be discriminative towards other people who aren't like them, or they feel like they don't fit in a box. Like if someone looks at someone and feels like they're unworthy, they have encouragement to maybe be abrasive and abusive to that person, because these big college campuses, they're making a decision to end this. It sends a bad message. When major sports leagues, when they can stand up and speak out like they did back in the 1940s when Major League Baseball, they listened to the argument and they allowed for black athletes to play baseball. Jackie Robinson was the first guy to play Major League Baseball as a person of color. It changed sports forever and for better. And major sports have conquered that problem. Not everywhere has conquered the problem. And when DEI programs get dismantled, whoever is against that, whoever wants to get rid of DEI programs, they'll find someplace else to get rid of more. They'll keep going if they feel like they're allowed to. So when major sports leagues that I mentioned, they got the money and resources, I would like for them to stand up for the little guy. And that means for any players that play for these schools, they don't get drafted to teams. And like if there's no plan to bring DEI back, colleges, they can't have their players be drafted directly to the sports leagues. And it's also make it much harder to maybe sign as a non-drafted free agent. It's very important. I think at some point they make a plan to hold these schools accountable, and businesses as well. Like the major sports leagues, they shouldn't have these businesses come to their place of business. Just cut ties until I know for a fact that you don't have hatred in your heart, that you want everyone to sit at the table and grow and love and build a community together. So that is my challenge. So I want everyone to remember that in addition to knowing that DEI in our world is very important, I want everyone to remember that good music is not dead.